Good morning. We're going to start learning about graphing today. We're going to look at graphing and personal financial literacy will be towards the end of the unit. So first we're going to take a look at and interpret frequency tables and dot plots. So as you look to the left, you have Maya's, Dalton's, and Julia's uh, table. These are called frequency tables because they're made up of tally marks, and we just have to figure out which one matches the bar graph. So the best thing for us to do would be to label everything. So we have 4 here, and we have 2 in art. We have theater, looks like 7 and 3. PE looks like 9 and 13, and music has 5 and 7. So the girls are the dark, the boys are the gray, and then you're just going to match it to the tally marks. So if I look at art, 4 girls versus 2 boys, this one has 2 girls and 4 boys, so Maya's table can't be correct. Here we have 4 girls and 2 boys. Okay, theater would be 7 and 3. We have 7 and 3. PE looks like 9 and 13. And music would be 5 and 7. So Dalton's table is the one that matches the graph correctly. You could always write the numbers out for each on the tally charts to make it easier to see if that would help you. Looking at our next graph, we're analyzing the correct frequency table. So Dalton, if we just look at his frequency table, says how many more boys prefer PE than girls. Well, we have 13 boys versus 9 girls, so that would be a total of 4. What elective do girls prefer the most? And I would say that would be PE. And what elective do boys? So it would be PE for both. And we're just taking a look at these marks here, which are called tally marks. And if you notice, when you have a grouping like that, that equals 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That equals a count of 5. So it's easy to count 5, 10, 13 for PE, and so on. And how many more boys prefer PE than art? Well, we have 13 boys who like PE and 2 who like art, so that would be a total of 11 prefer PE more than art. This should be kind of familiar from last year. Frequency tables aren't all that unusual or new to you. Okay, so the swim coach kept a record of the number of raffle tickets sold by 20 team members. Complete the frequency table. So if we look here, we have the number of tickets sold, 1 to 5, and 2 people sold between 1 and 5 tickets. Right here we have 1, 2, 6 to 10. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the frequency of those who sold between 6 and 10 tickets is 8. 11 to 15. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to include 15 because the range is 11 to 15. And then 16 to 20 would be 4. Okay, so there's our frequency information based on raffle tickets sold by 20 different team members. I don't know if I need this on the next screen, so just let me write this down real quick. So looking at the frequency table, we had 2, this was 8, this was 6, and this was 4. What fraction of students sold 6 to 10 tickets? Well, how many students were there altogether? 20. And we could add up our frequency. We have 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 8 is 18, plus 2 is 20. So my denominator is going to be 20, and my numerator is 8, because between 6 to 10 is 8. And if I simplified that, I could divide by 4, and that's going to give me 2 tenths. I'm sorry, 2/5. 4 divided by, or 20 divided by 4 is 5. So that simplifies to 2/5. How many more students sold 6 to 10 tickets than students who sold 16 to 20 tickets? Well, if I look at 6 to 10, that was 8, and then 16 to 20 is 4, so 4 more students. And we're just taking all this information off of our frequency table. 6 to 10 tickets. Okay. So looking here, we're going to create a dot plot. If you remember what a dot plot is, it sounds just like it says, dots. So we're going to put a dot for every amount that's on the table. It says each student in Miss Henry's class recorded the amount of money he or she collected during the school fundraiser. The grid below shows the record of his data. If you notice, we already have a number line here that shows you 50 to 55. Okay, so 54, 1 dot. And I'm going to check off each time I put a mark so that I keep track of what I've done. 52, 50. So look, I have 52 and 53. So 52, 50 is going to be in the middle. 51, 51, 50, 54, 50, 54, 53, 50, 52, 52 again, 52, 50, 54, 53, 50, 52 again, we have a 50, a 54, 50, a 53, another 54, 50, a 52, 50, another 52, 50, another 54, a 55, a 53, and another 53. Okay, so if I count my dots, it should match the number of items in the table. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There should be a total of 25 dots because I have 25 numbers. So let's just double check. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So there we go. We have 25 dots, which is exactly the number of records from the data table. And that's what's called a dot plot. Now we can use this information and analyze any questions that needed to be asked of us. Okay, so looking at the dot plot, how many more students collected $53 or more than those who collected less than 53? Okay, so looking at what $53 or more is. $53 or more. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 students are 53 or more. And it says 53 or more, so I'm including the 53. And then those who collected less than 53 are just these, not including, oops, sorry about that, not including the 53. Almost forgot the 52 and a half. All right, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 who collected less than 53. So the difference would be 5. 5 more students collected 53 or more dollars. Mrs. Wilson gave a quiz to her science class. The student scores are listed in the table. Make a dot plot of the data. Okay, just like we did. We're going to just take each score and put it over a dot. So I have 90, 80, 90, 70, 80. So this row is done. Then I have 90, 90, 70, 50, 70. That row's done. Then I have 50, 50, 60, 80, 80. Then I have 70, 70, 80, 90, 100, and then 70, 60, 100, squeeze it 90 in there, and the last 70 there. All right, so there is my data on a graph, and you can see which students scored the best. Looking at this, few students, only 5 students didn't pass the test. A large number of students got a 70 or a 90. A few students got 100, and it looks like most students got between a 70, 80, or 90. So let's analyze this dot plot. How many more students scored 80 or above than those who scored 60 or below? Okay, so if I look at 80 or above, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2. So 5 plus 6 is 11 plus 2, that equals 13. And those who scored 60 or below is 5. So how many more? 13 minus 5 gives me 8. And notice we do have a key. Each dot represents one student. So analyzing dot plots is pretty basic, just understanding what the question's asking. If it's including the 80, if it's not including the 80, just pay attention to that. Okay, so that's your lesson for today. Check Schoology for your assignment, and Monday we will continue on with graphing. Have a great weekend.